Welcome to Crafts and Stuff. Today's episode, we are going to make these cute little chickens. Look at them, aren't they adorable? I love their tails. Hey, you will need either toilet paper rolls or paper towel rolls. Doesn't matter what. A roll is a roll is a roll. Since this happens to be in my hand, this is the one we're going to use. Just cut it in half. Okay? If I were to use one of these, then I would cut it however tall I wanted my chicken to be. So probably right about there, or maybe a little bit less. I wouldn't want that, because that would make a really tall chicken. Okay? Now, there we go. We have our chicken body. Now we need to cut out our chicken parts. So I'm going to take a piece of orange and a little piece of red. Okay. This will be the beak. So I'm going to cut a triangle, and I want to cut the triangle to be a lot longer than I want the beak to be. That's a very big beak for that little chicken. But I want it to be that way because some of the beak is going to be in the inside to hold it in place. So when I folded it, when I cut it, I had squeezed it. So now I have pointy ends. Whatever pointy end is going to be the front, I'm going to take just a little snip, just a little one, just big enough to put my beak into. So I'm going to put the beak right there. Right? It's not deep enough. I got to make the snip a little bit bigger. There we go. And put the snip, put the beak there. So now the entire beak is, before it was sticking up like that, and birds don't have beaks that go above the top of their head. So we wanted to make the snip a little bit longer, a little bit deeper, so that I could put the beak in like so. Now we want to hold that in place. You can use glue, but I'm going to try a teeny little piece of tape, just a teeny little piece. And I'm going to tape the inside of the beak down, and there we go. I have the beak on my chicken. Then the next part is the comb on the top of the head. So you're just going to cut a jagged, but you want a lot of non-cut area because once again, some of it's got to be inside. So I'm going to jagged here and here and here. And I have no idea how long this is going to be, so I'm just going to cut the whole thing and then figure out how long I want it to be. That's the entire chicken. I don't need it to be that big, that's for sure. So I'm going to cut it right here and see how that looks. Much better. So that once again goes inside, and I'm going to hold it down with a piece of tape. I could use glue. Okay, we're going to put a little piece of tape, and then I'm going to put it in here right up at the very, very end so it is over the little chicken's head. Now the tail. You want longer pieces for the tail, and you want them to be nice and thin. So I'm going to cut a blue feather and a red feather. And I'm going to cut a green feather, but that's in the way, so I'm going to cut all this off. And then I can cut a nice thin strip of green. So I have a pencil somewhere, pencil, or whatever it is that you want. What you're going to do is you're just going to wrap the strip of paper around the pencil. And you want to wrap it on top of itself, like so. Okay, you don't want to wrap it like that. Okay, you want to keep wrapping it on top of itself until you have just a little bit left that's not wrapped. Give it a good squeeze, and there's a feather. And then we'll do the same thing with this one here. Pardon me. It's a little tough to get it started, but once you get it started, it'll go. Wrap it right around and around and around. Give it a squeeze. There's another. There it is. Couldn't find the blue one. It was hidden in the shadows of everything else that's on this table. Yeah. When I craft, as you can see, the area does get a little messy and a little bit cluttered, but I clean up afterwards, because you should always leave your area cleaner when you finished than it was when you started. Okay, and there is my third feather. So the feathers are going to go right here in the back of the chicken. So you have a choice. You can take all of the feathers and put them right here, right in the back at that little pinched part right there, and you will have a tail that looks like that. Or I can put one in the pinched part right here. I can put one off to the side right there, and one off to the side this way, and I will have feathers that look like that. But I am going to do that kind of feather, or at least I hope I'm going to do that kind of feather. So let's stack up my feathers. We'll get another piece of tape. I'm going to put them in the back. Feathers are going the wrong way. I've got to make sure they curl in the right direction, don't I? Okay, and then put that piece of tape. My fingers are way too big. Put that piece of tape, come on. Yes, I think I got it. There we go. It's beginning to look like a chicken. And now we just have to glue the top together. You can use Elmer's glue. And if you do, you would need to, there we go. You would need to put, my tail feathers moved. There we go. You would need to put some sort of clip on there to hold it in place, because it will take quite a while for Elmer's glue to dry. I am going to use the glue gun. So I'm going to put some glue right here on the inside. There. Squeeze it shut. Squeeze it shut. And I'm going to do this anyhow, just for a moment. Okay, and hold that in place just for a moment for it to dry. If it was the Elmer's glue, it would be a couple of hours, but this is only going to be for a few moments. And while I'm doing that, what I want to do is I want to fluff out, I suppose, the bottom. So I'm just going to put my fingers in here, and I'm going to push it out just a bit. Not necessarily round off the chicken, but just make it a little bit wider so that the chicken doesn't fall over. If I didn't make the bottom of the chicken wider, then they take a chance of my chicken toppling. Okay, so there we go. Look at that chicken, except it doesn't have a face. So I'm going to use a marker, crayon, colored pencil, maybe. I don't know how well that would work on brown. And I'm going to put an eye on each side. There we go. Now my chicken has a face, but he could still stand to be decorated. We want a beautiful, colorful chicken. So on this chicken here, I used hole punches. And on this chicken here, I used the marker. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit of both. I have this flower hole punch. Let's see, I'm going to use my scrap papers. And I'm going to cut out a red flower. And another red flower. And I have a little bit of orange here. An orange flower. Can I get another one? Oh yeah, orange flower. And where'd that piece of green go? Green flower. Green flower, and another green flower. And then I want to glue these in place. Oh, this is going to be fun. These are tiny. These are tiny little guys. Okay. Where did the flower just go? Let's try that again. Just a little daub of glue. Stick it on the chicken. A little daub of glue. Stick it on the chicken. A little daub of glue. Stick it on the chicken. Come on, stay on the chicken, not on my finger. I'm getting all gluey on my fingers. So the flowers want to stick on me. A little bit of glue. Let's put it on the other side of the chicken. A little bit of glue here. A little bit of glue here, and I have one more flower. And I'm going to put that one right there. Go ahead. And then what color? We'll go for blue since I didn't make any blue flowers. I'm going to put a dot. As you know, flowers have little centers. So I'm going to put a little dot. And then I'm going to get some green or teal or whatever this is. And I think I might put a leaf next to my flowers. See, I'm just putting little V's. Yeah, they look like little leaves. Just put little V's. Another V. Another V. And then I'm going to go back to the black. And I'm just going to decorate with some dots because, you know, I can. So why not? Right? It's my little chicken. Whoops. I will put on my little chicken, whatever I want to put on my little chicken. And I'm going to get some blue ones too. Can you tell the difference between a, yeah, you can sort of tell the difference between a blue and a black. And some more little dots. There we go. And there's my chicken. She's very cute. So I've got one chicken, two chicken, three chicken. I hope you have fun making chickens because I certainly had fun making chickens for you. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.